Hi guys, and happy Sunday. Today is Sunday, August 14th, and it's the second day of our one sheet wonder. Now, we're going to be using this 12 by 12 paper. Let me put it directionally. We're going to use this 12 by 12 paper that's from Celebration. It's the Wonderful World 12 by 12, and you get that and the matching stamp set free when you order $100 of the products through my website. So that's always good to know, something for free when you're going to buy stuff anyway. Now the colors in that, and I'll remind you from yesterday, the colors in that designer paper are Rich Raspberry, oops, that's what I'm using today, sorry, Daffodil Delight, Flirty Flamingo, Melon Mambo, Mossy Meadow, Orchid Oasis, Pear Pizzazz, Rich Raspberry, Sahara Sand, and Starry Sky. So those are the papers that make up the all the pieces in this designer series paper. Which, the only thing I'm going to say about it is I love the paper. It's too bad you can't get it alone because it's part of that set. So once it's gone, it's gone. But maybe that's good for me. It's something I'm not going to hoard. And then we're also going to be using the Go-To Greetings. This is in the annual catalog on page 26. $1 Million Sales Achiever, Sandy Hartka. Love the set. I hope, like the Connie Stewart inspired set, it stays around for many, many years. Love this stamp set. Okay, so what we're going to be using today is we're going to be using the 12 by 12 sheet. I'll show you how to cut it. We're going to use 2 sheets of Rich Raspberry, and that's going to be for layering. And then I just decided, and I know this is not one of the colors, this is Flirty Flamingo. I wanted to be a little softer, so I'm using Blushing Bride. So I have 12 cards cut out for card bases, but we'll probably only use 11. But I just love the way that looks. Now the other one that someone online said was another good color to go against it. Let me find it in here. Where's my Mary Mallow? It always hides on me. Here it is. Someone else online was saying how they loved this color combination with the Mary Mallow. And I do love that, but I just think this is a little too off from the color scheme. But that is a fabulous color choice. But I'm going to use the Rich Raspberry, which I think is just fine. But remember, Blushing Bride is not in the color lineup that they suggest, but I think it works perfectly. Okay, so my card bases, I have my Rich Raspberry for my layers, and here's my 12 by 12. Here's my little post-it note. So we're going to be going in 2s and 4s today. And then we're going to be using that cardstock to help with that. So let me go ahead and grab my cutter. All right, so you can see that first cut is 2 inches by 5.5. Now remember, since this is directional, I want the 5.5. When I cut it at the 2 here, I want the 5.5 to be right side up. Okay, may not work so great when we get to the other smaller pieces, but for the large pieces this will work. All right, so it's 2 inches, and then we're going to do 5.5, 5.5, and that'll leave you a 1 by 2, which we'll put over here. Okay, so then again, we're going to use the, we're going to be using the 2 inch. And we're going to cut off 7 ones. and that'll leave you a 5x2. So let's cut off 7 ones. I'm going to go on this side, just so I'm not having to move it as much. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know if I cut that all the way through. There we go. 4, 5, 6, and 7. And when you do that, you'll see that leaves you that 5x2. All right, so there's all of those. Then we're going to do 4. Let me make sure. 6, 7, 8. Yep. Sorry, I had to think about that. So we're going to do 4. So that's going to leave you another 4. So since you're going to cut 2 at one time, we're going to do these 2 3x4s first. So there's 3x4s, and then on one of the sheets you're going to finish that one off with a 3x4. So you're going to have 6 of the 3x4s. And on this one you're going to cut at 2. So you have a 2x4, and that leaves you with a 4x4. That's all of your pieces. All right, let me move that off to the side. Now we're going to cut our layers. So take one sheet of the raspberry, and since these are 3x4, we're going to do these 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. So go to that 4 1/4, which is going to be half of that cardstock. And then there you go. 3 1/4, 3 1/4, 3 1/4. You'll have this little piece left. So that's half of them. I'm going to go ahead and do the other half this time, but I'll show you when we get to layering what you can do. So, because we have 6 of those 4x3s. So that means we have to have 6 of the 3 1/4. So again, 4 1/4 by 3 1/4, that's just going up a 1/4. All right, and then we have 2 good scraps here. Put those up there. All right, and now at this point, I start layering before I start cutting, just because I like to get some of it out of the way. So let me put the cutter over here just for now. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take all of these. It would help if I took the lid off. And we're going to be layering it on those 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 pieces. And again, if you wanted to use the other side, you could. I'm not going to. I'm going to do all the flowers. I think there's 2 there, but I'll know it when I pick up the tape. Yep. A little extra adhesive there. Let me just roll that off. Sorry. I did cut the cardstock ahead of time, just so you wouldn't have to watch me tape all of these. But I'm trying to show you that you can get these 11 to 12 cards done in a fairly short amount of time. And the only reason I'm using a lot more tape than I did yesterday was these are a bigger surface area that is being layered. So I like making sure that it's really going to stick to that layer really well. All right. Now my fingers are all sticky. But anyway, so there are your layers. Okay. So now on the next one, we're going to go ahead and going to take our cardstock. Let me go back over here again. And on this side, we're going to be working with these. So remember, this was 2 by 5.5. So this is the size of your card. So we're going to go 5.5. Now this is a personal choice here. So you're going to have half of that left still. This is a personal choice here. How big do you want that layer to be? You have 2 of them. You want it to be really thick or really thin. So if you want it really thick, you're going to go at 2.5. If you want it to be really thin, you'll go 2.25. So I'm going to go at 2.5 just so you can see, because I'm going to show you from my sample one. Oh wait, we'll just do 1 and 1. We'll do 1 at 2.5, 1 at 2.25. So you still have this big piece left. So on this, I'm trying to move my cutter out of the way so I'm not getting more ink on. So you're not going to have an edge on the side because it's the length of your cardstock, but you're going to have that top and bottom. So let's go ahead and do that. So get it. And then alright, so you see that difference. Whether you have a thin edge, a thin layer, or a thicker layer. So let's go ahead and put those off to the side. This one here, this one, trying to think what I want to do with this one. Let's put this one off to the side for now. I'm not really sure if I want to do a really thick edge or if I want to do something a little bit more fun with that. So let me put that off to the side just for now. All right, let's go ahead and take this piece. This is our 4x4. So, oh, I didn't cut my layer for that yet. So 4x4. So we're going to do 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. Now see how these are the pieces you have left and these 2 strips here. So you're going to have some strips which you could use to like layer with your card greeting or not. So let's go here. Make sure we have a good edge on all 4 sides. And then we have this piece too. Trying to think. Let's put that off to the side too, just for now. Because for right now, I think we have a lot of what we want to get started. Okay, so let's start doing our bases here. So I'm going to do a couple with them up in the upper corner here. And then you could use little embellishments here in your greeting. Remember, these are going to be, yesterday was the now, today's going to be the wow. And then, I never found out what the third one was. I'm going to say, so these are going to be a wow, because we're going to layer and do some little things. But I'm going to say that this is a wow. And if you really stepped up, then it would be a kabow. Kapow. Kabow? Kabow. I don't know. All right. So let's just do 2 like this, and I'm out of tape. Knew that was going to happen. And I'm probably going to run out of this one too. All right. So here's 2 like that. All right. So there's 2 of the 4 done. Here's the rest of my little pieces over here that I haven't used yet. All right. So then let's take these. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and take one of these pieces that's the 5.5 still, and I'm going to cut that down to, let's see, since they're 2 inches, let's go 2.5 or 3. All right, let's go 2.5. 2.5. So here we have another strip still. Let's go ahead. Need to get out my silicone mat. Oh, is this the one that was out? No. Oh, there it is. Sorry. This one is going to run out, so I'll have to take out a refill and get ready. You know me, when I'm working like this, I like putting it up like this to make sure I have it against the top and against the edge. There we go. And what I'm going to do here, since these are directional, I'm going to go like this. I'm going to lay it out just so I can see it first. There, I think that looks pretty good for spacing. I'm leaving a little bit on each side, if you can see that. Oh, I am at the end of this. You can tell because when it starts to get a little bit, all right, sorry, let me line it up. When it starts getting a little bit difficult to come out, you know you're getting near the end. I'm going to leave a little space there, but go right up to the edge. And then let's just go ahead and do that one. That one's going to go down about halfway. And then this one. So there's, oh, that one's a little off. There. All right, so then there's that one. All right, then for this one, let's take this. And you got to remember that if you're doing on this one, you want to double your cutting. So these are 1 by 2. So if you want to leave a little bit of space in between each of these, you're going to make this at least 2.5. And then these are 2 inches down, so it's 4, so it's usually about 4 1/4. So let's do this, because did I make sense there? If these were all squished up together, they would be a 2 by 4. But since you want 1/8, 1/8, and 1/8, you want to go at least 1/2 inch bigger than what that is. So on this, we're going to go 2.5 by 4.5. Let me do it like this. I'm trying to think how I'm going to save the most paper. 2.5 by, well, that didn't work out, did it? All right, so this comes out to be 4 1/4, so we're going to do 2 1/4. We'll have a very small border. Yesterday I had it, when I did my sample pieces, I had enough left for 4.5. So I don't know how that was cut. So we're going to leave a very thin border here. And I don't know if you can see, but I'm putting it so I have the 2 big focal points, top and bottom. And on these, I don't know why, I like doing opposites first. Just leaving that border. This one's a little bit bigger than that, but not going to worry about it. All right, so then there's that one. So this one we'll do as a portrait card. You can do it like that. You can do it right in the center. You almost could do it like that. I think I'm going to do it like that. Yep, I'm going to do it like that. Now my big decision is, do I want to go flush or leave a little bit? I think I'm going to leave quite a little bit of chunkage that way. If you want to put embellishments, any of your like rhinestones or that on this side, you could. So then there's that one. Okay, this one we're going to do just as a layer, because again, that's that 4 1/4. I think though I'm going to do it like this, so my little phrase can be down here. I'm really pushing it. Yep, I'm out of tape. All right. There we go. All right. Then, all right, I'm going to have to change this. I'm going to make sure I have a Stampin' Seal. I always have bad luck though when I change it on a video, because then I get rushed and somehow it doesn't work. It ends up being bad. So let's go ahead, throw that one away. Oh, I have a lot of goobers caught up there. Didn't want to come off. All right, let's put it on there. Hopefully we don't have any problems. Hopefully. All right. So now here's these two pieces. And on these, I always, since they run the length of the card, I always like leaving that border at top. Oh no. I don't know if that's a pencil mark or not. Oh, I don't know what that is. Might have to take the sand eraser to it off there. All right, here's this one. Now you have all these 4x3s left. So here's what you have so far. Here's what you have. So here's what you have so far. Hopefully you can see all those. It looks like it. Let me see where my hand is. Yep, you should be able to see all those. All right, so that's what you have so far. So that's what, 7 of them? So let's go ahead. Now I only have 5 left here. I might have to do some more. All right, so we did a couple like this. Remember? We did a couple like this. But then what I also like doing is, let's go ahead and bring our trimmer back on this. Let's do it in half. Oh, I wonder if this is going to work, because in my example, the pattern was more of a portrait. All right, let's see here. Why do I keep putting this away when I know I need it again? I'm trying not to get tape on this, but you guys know that I get tape on my cutter all the time. Let me go ahead, flip that upside down just so I can use those raised edges to get that straight. And there you have that. All right, another one I'm just going to cut right in half. So you see this is 4 1/4. That means I'm going to cut it in half. Oops, make sure that you only have one. At 2 1/8. Let me put it over here for now. Hopefully that won't fall. So here's 2 1/8. Yeah, I don't want any upside down flowers. So you're going to go like that. I'm just going to eyeball instead of bringing the cutter back. I think I need to change my blade again already. That's how many cards. And I've been doing a lot of one sheet wonders, different patterns. I've been doing a lot of flap cards. So there you have that one. And then you still have 2 more of these left. So if you want to, you could just mount them the way they are. This one maybe, because we still have these 2 pieces here, and I have 3 cards left. So let's just go ahead, because I love this style card, because you can put accessories here. So I'll do, so there's a couple that are the same. Yeah, because I can't think if I did another little fancy cut with this. I don't think I did. I think I just did the diagonal and the up and down. You could, of course, cut this into 3s. I kind of like that look better, though, when you actually do have the layer on all 4 sides. Okay, so that leaves you with 1 card here. And we do have these pieces left. These are all the same length. You know what I'm going to do? All right. Oh, I have 4 pieces all the same. So you know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to do these varying, because it's like that. Because here it'd be too long. All right. So let's do that, and I'm going to do various lengths down. So this first one, since this is 4 1/4, this first one is going to be 4. Then we're going to do 3 1/2. Uh-oh, where'd my 4 one go? This is my 4. All right. 4, 3 1/2, 3, and 2 1/2. All right, so see how those are? And I probably won't use, I'll probably just use 3 of them, because 4 of them I think would go off the page. So let's go ahead. Let's do, again, we want to leave a little bit of a edge there. So there's my 4. There's my 3 1/2. And there's my 3. Oh. All right, do I want to put it straight up there, or I think I'm going to go off a little. I'm wondering if I want to put just a little bit, because this is that little strip we had left. Yeah, let me do that at 2. Sorry, I'm off center here, so you probably won't see that. Let me get out my silicone mat, because that's so small. Oh, look at all those. I have so many projects going on right now. All right, so let's get a little bit of that. There we go. Now let's bring this over. Make sure I have it right side up. I'm going to go off that and lead right up. No, I'll go like that. All right. So there, I used all 12, which I didn't do last time. I still have some pieces left here. So look, that'll be a good layer for another card if you want to do 13. All right, so the video is getting very, very long, but let me lay some of these out. I won't lay out all of these since these are all the same. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. They're like this, because then we took 2 and cut them in half, remember? Then we have this one. All right. Then we have this one, and then these 2. So we'll start putting our greetings on. And now you can put your greeting on just like it is, or you could layer it again, depending. For time's sake, I'm not going to layer it. And like I said, we're going to call these, let me bring that over here. These we're going to call, I'm lining right up to that. So these we are calling our wow cards. But if we want to turn them into a kabow card, then we would probably layer the greetings, and we would also add embellishments. So, but I just want to give you a sense of what these are going to look like. And I just used a straight strip for this. You could use any of your punches. You could use any of your Build-A-Punch for like your little pennants and fancy edges. I'm going to have to, that's going to bother me. I'll probably put an embellishment over that. Do I like it like that, or do I like it like that? I think I like it like that. And we have all of these. Sorry, there's a lot of dead air time. Is that what they call it? I think when you're in radio, I think they call it dead air. You don't ever want dead air. All right, so that should be 12 cards. We have enough though to make a 13th one if we wanted to. I don't think I have a card base laying around right now, so we could turn this one down and have a 13th one, or you could go like that or go like that. So here are the 12 we did during this video. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are all the same. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right, guys. Thanks a lot for sticking with me. Let me take this down again because I don't know how many or how long it took. So this was, oh my gosh, half an hour, sorry. But you can see as you step up, that added about 10 minutes more than yesterday's video, maybe almost 15. But every time you move it up a layer, going from the now to the wow to the kabow, will take you a little extra time. But still, half an hour, 35 minutes to get 12 cards is not a bad time frame. All right, thanks a lot, guys. Have a great Sunday. Hope you had a good weekend, and we'll see you.